Hey guys, it is Monday, June 16th, and the start of week 9's vlog. I cannot believe we're already going into 9 of these, but what am I doing right now? It's 1 in the morning and I'm still awake. Again, I've been having rough nights lately, and I'm going to be listening to the YouTube narration of The Golden Compass and trying to get to at least a little bit after chapter 14, I believe. So I'm on page 204 now. I'm trying to get to 237 just to get a rough draft into it, maybe. But I'll figure it as it goes. Maybe I'll just listen to that full chapter. I don't know. Well, guys, it's quite a bit later, and I know I'll get back to Persona 4 eventually, but I am playing some, again, Echoes of the Plum Grove. I'm at the point where, we find out Timothy is, in fact, dead, and we have to do some things to free them. I've never gotten to I've gotten to this point on another file, but I never fully understood the pillars, so I'm going to try a little bit harder with the pillars this time, but I'm just learning quite a bit about this game. I'm going to have to look things up so I'll be able to do it right. But I'm drinking a Monster Energy Irish cream while I'm doing it. I already got my reading goal done. I forgot to tell you I'm on page 238. So there's that, which is pretty cool. Hey guys, giving you a little bit of an update. You know what, flare up. So I was playing a little bit of Echoes of the Plum Grove, and I may go back to playing it a little later when I'm feeling better. But I did get my reading goal in today, but I might do a little extra. You never know, maybe it'll spare me tomorrow. But I'm going to try to read as much as I can of the Peanuts while I'm in here. Maybe I'll finish it off. I have no idea. But right now, I'm just not in the mood to play the game. And once I do feel better, I may try to go for a walk. While I am up to it, all I had today was that pizza Lunchable. So, and I was drinking some of my Irish cream, Monster Energy, but couldn't quite finish that now. But I am having my Restore Relax in the water. And that usually does tend to help settle me without my Buscopan, my IBS pill. Fingers crossed that it does help settle me down, because I really want to try to get for 1 walk, if not 2 today. Not saying I'll do 2 every day, but I just, since that gain, I really need to step it up a little bit. If we counted it from the 142 or 143, that was a loss, but since we weren't counting that way, it was definitely a gain to 138-ish, which would make it probably more if the scale was off. So, heck, if I'm counting it from 138, if I lose anything this week, then that'll be great. So, again, things don't always happen according to plan. I was play a little bit more of the Echoes of the Plum Grove than I did. I made it a day or so in. I was doing some fishing and I'm like, uh-oh. Again, all I had was the pizza Lunchable, which is 3 little pieces of, little bread, or I don't know what it was, with cheese and pepperoni. And I don't even have the sauce, right? So, not very much. And, I guess the little mini arrow bar, but again, that's not very much either. Yes, I know you could argue, but that's about 300 calories. Yes, that way. It's a little bit, but content-wise, heaviness-wise, not at all. I didn't even have my meal today. And I'm probably going to wait until I get 1 or 2 walks done, or if not, that I'm sure I'm only doing 1, because I want to get those done today. And if this 1 Lunchable is what affects me now, then imagine what a couple of toasted bologna sandwiches would do to me. So, yeah, I know, TMI. but I just wanted to give you a bit of an update. I'm trying to get into playing the game, and technically Echoes of the Plum Grove is sort of on my list to play. I forgot to bring it up in the, Quest Logs, Book Log 7, but that is a new game that isn't completely in my comfort zone. So I'll get back to Persona 4 after a little bit of a break so I can get right back into it. But I'm kind of in the mood for grinding, if you know what I mean. And that's the closest thing that I could think of right now was the Echoes of the Plum Grove. That wouldn't be completely against, the said rules. So doing what I can to kind of keep each game interesting, which means if taking a break from the game helps make it more interesting when I go back to it, then that's great. Well, guys, you wouldn't believe it, but I actually finished the book. I got so into it that I finished it off. So not only did I get a good chunk into the Golden Compass today, I finished reading Peanuts. The complete, 57 to 58. It's bittersweet because I know it'll be a while before I get 59 to 60. And hopefully when I get that, I'll get the 61 and 62. I believe. I'm trying to remember, but real bittersweet. But I just got so into it that I wanted to finish it, so I'm going to have to get another book to add to the list. But I guess I could read The Goosebumps My Harriest Adventure. I mean, that is an easy book. I could finish that in a couple of days, too. So yeah, so far, that's 2 books I have finished for the Quest Logs, Book Logs 8, and I got a couple of games finished for that. Well, guys, you're probably wondering what this is. It is a weighted blanket. My aunt found one at work. It might be a little heavy, but hopefully that'll kind of help me sleep a little bit. A lot of people talk about how they seem to help with anxiety, so I really hope it does. But also, I forgot to show you this guy here. It's not Sonic, but he's a guy from the franchise. How about you guys tell me? And finally, this there. Technically, this isn't going to be permanently mine. Unfortunately, when that other dog that used to come to visit comes back, once Bandit is back, Buddy, that's the other dog's name. It's supposed to be for him, but my aunt saw it and said I could keep it until whenever we see him. Because it's supposed to kind of launch Woodstock off for Buddy to chase. Bandit didn't like him. So, but for now, it's till he comes back, it's mine. So I figured I'd have this at least to remember it by once it's gone. Well, guys, it is Tuesday, June 17th, and I'm looking after this little butthead today. Yeah. I have him until past 5 or something. So, that's what it is. I may not do much else today, but I am eating a ham Lunchable and drinking my, coffee pod, the caramel coffee pod. Well, guys, I am finally editing Life Without a Filter number 8. I guess I made a mistake with the title last week. It was to the 8th of June, not the 9th of June, but you kind of will hopefully see it in the video, last week, but a lot just went on since it was my first official vlog back. But yeah, I'm spending some time editing this a bit. I'm started with Monday, so hopefully in the next few days you'll see this vlog. It's later than the last week's was, but I wasn't going to make every single vlog the exact time as early as it was. But yeah, guys, I figured I'd let you see my face, right? It was almost all day you didn't see it, and really, I'm giving you an update for the day. I didn't do much at all. I did sleep quite a bit because I was not feeling good, but I also was on and off with Bandit. I didn't play the game so much today. I didn't read, but again, just don't take this to heart. But I might read some of this. This is My Harriest Adventure from Goosebumps. This bookmark, I didn't read any yet. I have it there at the very beginning. And this really isn't a hard book, right? It's just maybe because when I was a child, ironically, this was my favorite ever. Well, no, the Cuckoo Clock of Doom was and still is, I believe, but this was one of my 2 favorite ever. Now I sort of find it cringe. I don't know why. Like, books like The Night in Terror Tower changed to be a book that I really liked when I found it all boring as a child because it was so long and detailed. Right, like, to me, from my understanding. But this now is kind of changed a bit. So, and there's the dog. He wants in my room, but I'm telling him, not now. But I guess I should let him in a little bit. But yeah, I was editing and I might read a little bit. Hey guys, it is Wednesday, June 18th. And I'm actually going for a walk. It's going to be busy the rest of this week, so I'll have to look after the dog when my aunt goes to visit my relatives from Ontario. My relative from Ontario. I will see them soon because she's going to go visit me at some point because I have bandits, so it's hard for me to get down there. So I will see them. I did do a little editing earlier today when I couldn't get to sleep of my week 8 vlog, so that's pretty cool. I never got any reading done, but I am going to try to read more today when I'm done of this walk. I do have Winnie in my room for a few minutes, but things have been so hectic lately that I sadly have been neglecting that quite a bit because when a lot happens, I get overwhelmed, and usually I need to be by myself when that happens. Like, I've been neglected quite a bit lately, I'll admit, but that's just how it is. Some days and weeks are better than the others. The fact that so far I only missed one day of a walk at all, which was yesterday, is pretty good. Just wish I didn't overeat as much as I have been, but it happens. I'm going to try to get back into the scheme of things. And it was a while since you've seen me walk and record, but I wanted to kind of catch you up on what I was doing and how things are going. Hey guys, I actually did make progress in reading today. I'm on page 33 now. So yeah, for a Goosebump book, I know that isn't a lot, but I'm lucky I read it all today, really. So I'm just going to go to bed soon. I did also play a bit of Echoes of the Plum Grove, and I made a little progress. I have a chicken coop, and I have a barn being built, so I'm doing pretty well there. But it's not the best day for me. I'm lucky I managed to get out for a walk. So, yeah. I mean, it says that I'm 26% done because this is a small book, so maybe I might read a little more later. Depending on how I feel. Like, if I can just sleep for the rest of the night, that will be great. Hey guys, it is Friday, June 19th, and well, you know the drill with my you know what. I did start reading a teeny bit before I put this start of this day, but I am going to read a little bit more of My Hairiest Adventure while I'm in here to make a bit of progress in it. I mean, it's a short book, right? And it's just me staying focused long enough to read it because it's one of those books that I probably could read really fast, unlike some of the others, and on my own completely. So, the rest of the day, I don't know how it's going to go. If I can, I'll get for a walk, but it's not a very good day. Well, guys, just a little bit of an update. It's really, really late. I know there wasn't very much today at all. I just was not feeling good, but I did get to my goal. I'm now on, My Hairiest Adventure, I'm now on page 64, and I read up to past page 63. I played a bit of Echoes of the Plum Grove, and I did the sweeping, but besides that, there wasn't very much to note today. Hey, guys. Yeah, this is another clip in here, but I felt that the last few clips were just way too short, and I apologize. It was a pretty off day for me. Like, this morning, I was originally planning to go with my cousin from Ontario to Tim Hortons, and my IBS got so bad that I just couldn't do it, and it was just a really rough day for me mentally, because I let myself and her down. I felt like I almost always do. Like, it's kind of hard to explain where my mindset is and during those days. Like, when that happens, like, I know part of myself, like, I should have control of it. Like, you would think, well, IBS eating, that, yes, there is a connection to that, right? But with IBS, there's also anxiety. And for me, a lot of the anxiety is the anticipation of things. Or, like, I'm fine going to Tim Hortons when I'm just walking, like, to get it and leaving. But sitting in there, it's a bit harder for me because of the public bathrooms. Like, I only want to use them, like, when I absolutely have to. And usually for easier situations, right? And it's, like, there's a lot of things that is challenging, with my IBS. And, like, it's hard to explain. Like, and it's also the ability that I built, the way I cope with things, right, isn't exactly healthy either. Like, I know that a part of IBS is food, like the triggers. But if I have a lot of anxiety or high emotions, eating is one of those coping mechanisms. And it's come to a point where it is sort of a habit. And I keep telling myself that I have to try to find healthier habits that I could enjoy as much. But every single time something gets really stressful, I go back to old habits. And really, I only really have myself to blame. Yes, I know there could be some of you like, oh no, you are going through a hard time, you're struggling. Yes, I am. But there still is only so much sympathy that can be given in those situations. Like, I know that, right? And I do want that to change. Like, I've been trying so many different things, like getting special treats and limiting myself to them, like one of them each day for like a week or so, and the meal. And some days it works great, but on days where there's a lot going on and then there's a lot on my mind, I stress eat, right? And I should know better, because it's not just for my weight, but for my overall well-being. Because I should learn that when I eat more to compensate for that stress that I'm in at the moment, it'll just cause more stress later by triggering my IBS further. And it has always happened, right? Almost always happened that way. So I don't know why it doesn't just click. Like, well, Jazz, if you maybe stop the stress eating, there'll be a little less stress later on, right? And hence, you would need the stress eat. Like, when I say it out loud like that, it sounds so logical, right? It sounds so, like obvious. But it seems like in those moments, like when I am going through them, it doesn't just ding, oh, I should stop, right? It never happens until afterwards, and I feel bad, and then the cycle continues. But as my aunt said to me tonight, maybe someday we'll have our life together. And the word is someday. And, I mean, that is true, right? That is a good thought. But I'm 33 going on 34 in October. I'm at least a third of my life, or a half of my life. I don't know how they would say it. Like, like, everyone has different life expectancies. Like, I do know, right? But I am literally 33 years younger than my Uncle Dave was. And that's how, so I was half as, like, it's hard to explain, but my point being is, I have a good chunk through my life, right? And you never know what tomorrow brings. So, honestly, that someday should come sooner than it is, right? If you know what I mean. But yeah, I am sorry that this was a ranty part of Thursday, but I didn't have much otherwise, and I want to kind of look back on this and maybe someday laugh that, oh, the day I actually do have some of my life together. And heck, if I keep documenting, doing this vlog and documenting, maybe I can look back on it and be proud of myself when I do reach a good place, right? But I'll admit, the only solace I can say today, is yes, I overate, and yes, it was a whole sleeve of crackers, but I had something a lot worse in mind to eat, a lot more calorie, heavy to eat. So I had the better option. I chose the better option at least, and that's one thing I can give myself. But, well, guys, this will definitely be the last section for tonight, because it's like 11:10. So hopefully I'll get some sleep tonight, because I'll be alone with the dog for a while tomorrow. Hey guys, it is Friday, June 20th. And at least you see me in a different scenery than you did the other morning. Not for long, but I thought I would start here. For it be a bit different than the same old thing yesterday, but yeah, my stomach isn't very well again today. But I am it's a little bit later too, because I also had terrible sleep last night. But what else is new? But I am gonna try to read a little bit of my hairiest adventure, even if I don't make it to a full 30 pages. I'm gonna read a bit while I have my Restore Relax, and then I might just lay down for a little bit again. So it's just one of those days. A lot's going on, right, with company being down there. But hopefully Sunday I'm going to try to get, I am going to get down. There's going to be a barbecue, right, in the afternoon. So hopefully I could do things right the next 2 days for my IBS. It'll be a smooth trip. No matter what, though, there is going to be a trip. I'm saying that right now for you guys can hold me accountable, that I can hold myself accountable, so I can actually visit everyone. And in some ways, at least there's a time, right? The other, like what I talked about yesterday, like it was the morning, but I didn't really have any real idea, right? It is the anticipation, but knowing that there's at least a limited time, like not a limited time, but kind of a estimated time, right? For Sunday, I'll say, okay, I just have to get all my crap together by that time. It's a little easier. Like, I am starting to learn that about myself. Like, anticipation about things seems to affect my anxiety and a whole my IBS. All right, yeah. I did forget to mention that I have that, so if I sound a little louder, that's why. I'm going to where soon when I'm done of this. And I want to try to keep some peace, right? But, I mean, food is also, again, a big factor in it as well. But the anxiety and the anticipation about it is also a big contributor. So, I am starting to learn at least that. Anyway, so hopefully at least I'll get some reading done today if I don't get anything else. My aunt was out with the company earlier today, and she's going out again tonight. So, hey guys, it's a bit later, but I'm letting you know that I got to my goal. I'm on page 95 now of My Hairiest Adventure, and now I'm watching the Most Disturbing Documentaries Volume 2 Iceberg by Abysmal Observer. I actually really like those videos. I love icebergs or long form content. Actually, I finally finished Life Without a Filter number 8. I'm rendering it now. I got the thumbnail, and hopefully you will see it tonight. Maybe. But finally, I mean, it took until Friday to finish it, which, I mean, I suppose that's an average for me for these videos. So I hope you enjoy it. It is definitely not going to be as long as the last one, but it is still longer than I probably would have liked. But you know what? It is what it is. Like, I add what I need to add, right? Because it's not just for you guys, but it's for me as well to look back on. Well, guys, I finally got Life Without a Filter number 8 out, and it is about 35 minutes, so still shorter than last week, but again, still a little bit long in my opinion. But I hope you guys all enjoy it. Hey guys, it is Saturday, June 21st, and I'm having a really rough day. It turns out that I am locked out of my old Steam account, the one I have all that money in, so short being saying the whole Persona thing won't happen for a while, and neither will some of these other games that I've had planned that were on Steam. So you may not see many clips of them for a while, so I apologize for that. But what is my plan going forward? Well, we're doing everything we can to try to sort it out. If I can't somehow get into it, I'm gonna bite my tongue and slowly replace the important games in my collection. I do have a Steam account, just not what I had used for over 8 years, with one game, which was The Walking Dead, Season 1. So what AI suggested is maybe go for some free Steam games and slowly rebuild a collection there. And I do know most of the games that I own, the important ones, so if I really want to, then I could get them again after saving for a long time or on special occasions. But I definitely know if things don't work out, the first game I'm re-getting is Persona 4 Golden. For sure. For one, it's cheaper than some of the other ones, and two, it's a game I really want to play. And yes, I sadly know that will mean that I might have to do it all over again. But if I can keep the password saved and not change it and have it by me, then I wouldn't have to worry about that again. I don't know why I hadn't done it earlier. I swore I may have done it on my old computer and had it on that SD card. And hopefully, fingers crossed, there's a way we can get in to it and it's actually there. But other than that, there's just no other way around it legally. So I'm just going to try my best to just do it the fair way. Again, guys, I really do not condone pirating. The only exception I make for that is the only games I've ever sort of pirated was like the emulators. Like, I cannot play my original Animal Crossing because I bought it, it didn't work. But I would not do that for modern games. Like, especially when there's other ways around it, like ways that are legal. It's very hard to replace GameCube games nowadays in a just way. But I would never do it just to not pay for it. And I would never do it for like PC games, modern consoles. And for a game I never bought or owned to begin with, that I don't still have to some capacity. So yeah, I'm just waiting it out, is what I'm doing. And I'll just try to enjoy maybe some Switch games or free Steam games from my other account. So maybe that'll be fun to try. Some maybe free Steam games and see how that works out. So I just wanted to give you guys that news and update. Like, I don't know what happened. I was always logged into that account. It always kind of went up by itself. I never needed to enter, rarely ever needed to enter the password. The last time I remember doing so was like about a year ago. And even then, I can't remember what that exactly was. I know the username of the account, and that always comes up fine. It even shows the account saying log into this account. But when I go to do it, I don't know the password. And I've tried those other remedies, guys. Your email, for some reason, the emails I always thought were those emails weren't, apparently. And I don't know that other one it shows, whatever it is. I tried the phone method. For some reason, they don't recognize my phone number. I guess that's the number to send it to, because every time they said, we're sending a text to this number, it never does. I tried to contact support, and that is, it sympathies, but right at this point, it can't do very much either. So, I think either I find that password, or I'm going to have to start fresh. And I'm not happy about it, and I know I won't have all the games I once had right away. But if I maybe sit down and prioritize what games I want and keep the password, like that I want back, and keep the password from now on for this old/new account, then I'll be good as gold, right? I just have to slowly rebuild what I did. And heck, maybe this could be a journey. Maybe I'd like to say make lemonade out of lemons, or whatever it is. But on a lighter note, I actually did finish reading my hairiest adventure. Well, you'll hear more hopefully in the other, quest logs, book logs. That might take a while now with what I said earlier. But yeah, and it took me only about 3 days. So for me, that's a record. So good for me there. Yeah, the dog is alone with me again, if you could hear that. Well, you know the drill. All of that has stressed me quite a bit. So I'm back in here. And geez, I'm trying to go what I'm going to do next. I am going to try to read a little bit of the book Lily by Michael Thomas Ford. So it's a little bit different, but that was again on my list to read, so figured that I would try that out a little bit and see if I can just calm myself down. Well, guys, it is Sunday, June 22nd, and guess what? I got back into my Steam account, finally. They managed to send me a password. They saw there was a count when I sent in for help. So, thanks to them, they got it done relatively quickly despite my overwhelming anxiety. I wrote down this new password. Hopefully it isn't a temporary one, but it says your new password. It doesn't say anything like this will only last 24 hours or something as far as I am concerned. So, and I don't want to risk changing it at this point. I just wrote it down on my phone, and I'm going to write it down in a notepad pretty soon too, so this will not happen again. I am just so very fortunate that it got, sorted out really quickly. Well, the fact that it got sorted out at all is what I am grateful for. And I'm also going to play a bit of Wretched Death at some point. I installed it. It's something different, something I can build up to, and it's a bit of a horror game. So, why not? And, well, guys, I'm back. I wanted you to see my face. No, in all seriousness, though. And you'll see clips of this. I might edit some out, but I got a bag here. Obviously, you saw it. My aunt is having a barbecue because the people from Ontario, my family from Ontario, is leaving tomorrow. So I'm actually finally going down there and seeing them. So I'm going to be packing some things, and I'm going to show you what I'm packing, you know. Just like, you're not going to be seeing much down there because obviously I don't know how anyone feels about being on camera, right? I'll talk about it more afterwards, but I thought at least I'll show you the progress of what I'm making, bringing. To start with, I'm bringing the book Lily. You know, I'm starting to finally read it, so that goes. I am bringing the Nintendo Switch, but I am turning it off first because I'm not playing it right away. So that way some battery will be saved. I am also going to bring the 3DS and its charger, but it's kind of hard to dig that out at this point. But I never played Pokemon Moon in a long time, so maybe that'll be a good game for me to play when I'm there. Something that isn't over, you know, stimulating. Obviously, I'm bringing these, but I'm not packing that in there. I'm also bringing this phone and the headphones. I'm not bringing the other headphones because those are for the computer only. So I'll have my sensory music or whatever there. I believe I'm also going to be bringing the Monster Blood 3 book. You know, something different and a bookmark of some sort in case I want to read something easier, because I'm enjoying it so far, but Lily is actually pretty challenging for what it's meant to be, so plus it's always good to have an extra book. You're saying, well, the Golden Compass is a home book. Guys, it's a home book, and maybe I'll listen to some maybe tomorrow. I don't know, but right now I'm just focused on getting there and seeing my family, so it is what it is. So the Monster Blood book. And honestly, I'm not bringing very much with me today. I might bring my Buscapan with me, my fanny pack. You know what the fanny pack looks like, though, so just have my phone near me. So any medication I need to help calm me down will work. Now, they're having a barbecue, but I probably am not going to eat there because of how I'm feeling. I want to just get down there and visit my family. That's what's important. Even if I see them only for an hour or two, even my aunt said that I'm going down and seeing them, right? And I was originally going to bring a Timmy's for me and my cousin, but obviously I didn't feel like one, and my aunt said, well, if you're not going to get one, you shouldn't get her one either. So that's what it is. My point is getting it down there and visiting, and that for me, that's what's important right now. So never thought I'd say that not getting a Timmy's is the best thing right now in this situation, but it is. Maybe it means I'm finally maturing. I have no idea, but it is what it is, so hopefully I'll have a good day down there and I'll update you later. Well, guys, I am back from the gathering, the barbecue. It was really great. I got to talk to some family, including my cousin from Ontario. She got me a Timmy's card, and I got an ice cap here, so I'm going to enjoy that. But yeah, I talked to many people today, surprisingly, which for me is a big thing. I enjoyed some good food. I had 2 burgers and a hot dog. separately at different times, of course. I had one hamburger at the very beginning to settle in, and then the other hot dog and burger a little bit later, so I did enjoy myself. I didn't even play any of the games and book or read any of the books that I brought. I actually, for me, I mean, I guess I do usually settle in to a certain degree when I'm somewhere, but I usually at least have a game or a book out. Today, I just kind of blended in. Like, and we stayed there longer than we planned, too, so it was a double win. You're not going to get any pictures or anything, because I wanted to keep it private, and also I forgot to take pictures. It was that, I had that much fun. Oops. But the point is I spent time with family instead of sitting around in my room. And the fact that my Steam account was back is even better, so. Hey guys, I thought this would be the ending section of this week's vlog. I'm not going to do very much more tonight. It's about 7:37. So, you'll get an update starting next week's vlog, what kind of went on. The only thing I really plan to do is watch YouTube and maybe start editing this vlog, right, as I'm finishing up here. So, that would probably be about it. That would be just to get in some of the clips and starting a little. So you won't get much footage of that, right? Maybe you will starting next week, but I can't believe we're near the end of week 9 already. I mean, I've been doing this for over 2 months, and this is the most consistent I think I've ever been with a series, which I really need to get back to. Some happened this week. It wasn't as heavy as week 7 was, you know, with the stuff I was doing. But there had been some bad times, some good times, so I don't really know how much to end it. I didn't make much progress in Lily. I read a few pages. I think I was on 18 or 19 when I finished, so I'll get back into that because today was going to be was a busy day anyway, so I wasn't as focused on reading. But hey, I got what I wanted to get done today: the outing or the gathering, the sweeping, the nice bath, and that's what matters. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe. It helps this channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you know when new videos are coming out. And I'll see you guys in my next video.